Hello, welcome, or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. Clearly, we're doing something a little bit different. This has been something that's been working its way through me for the last couple months, and I feel like I kind of finally have the energy to put it out there. Forgive me if you can hear me breathing kind of hard. I'm nervous. That's also been part of the process, getting over the fear, because new shit, right? Scary. And I don't really think that there's anything else kind of out there like this, which is the heretic in me. So before I kind of get ahead of myself, clearly we are talking about human design. Maybe that wasn't clear, but okay. We're talking about human design. And specifically for the purpose of these readings, we are going to be talking about your human design profile. Now, this may be the first time that you're hearing about human design, maybe not. I mean, you can be kind of diving into it too. I have been doing a deep dive into it. And what made me take that dive is my profile. I'm a 5/1, which is a heretic investigator, which is also where part of my name comes from, the name of this channel and the name of my business. So, reading about my profile, I mean, literal tears were were coming out of my eyes, because it was the first time and probably ever in my life that I had actually felt seen and understood, and I didn't feel inherently flawed, and I didn't feel crazy, for having the experiences that I had had. So from there, and with the 5/1 profile, it is very hard to be seen. So again, just feeling that recognition, hell yeah. I was like, give me everything. I need to know absolutely everything. And I don't, I'm not an authority on this. I'm not claiming to be, I am claiming to be a heretic and bringing more information. I do still have an intention of doing the Zodiac sign readings, but this is just a different way for you to get information regarding your situation. And that's what my intention is, because also the one line in my profile loves investigation and just kind of having that information. That's not everybody, of course, but like I said, it's something different outside of your sun, moon, and rising sign. So, the readings are going to be the same. I mean, we'll get to, of course, the good stuff, but I just kind of want to set my intentions here and what you can expect. Really, the only thing that's changing is, like I said, we're not going to go by a Zodiac. We're going to go by human design profile. At the beginning of each profile reading, I do have an intention of reading some new information. Like clearly, like I have the definitive book of human design here, which comes from the School of Human Design, which I did not attend, but I bought the book. And I think it's, of course, just starting at the source, right? Or not. Okay. And then, I have a few other books. There's a few other blogs, and things. So, I do intend to just kind of give a bit more information on each profile every time I put these readings out. And then from there, we're just going to go into like the regular tarot reading. So that part is going to stay the same. Now, if you know your profile, you can just skip ahead because you would be here because this is your profile. But if you don't know your profile yet, I'll link the website below. I use Joven Archive because, again, you know, it's kind of coming from the original. There are plenty of options when it comes to getting your human design. So, I mean, you can just Google human design chart and pick one. Of course, I mean, pick one that's free. I think for the most part they are, most of them, all of them. So you'll need the same information you need for your natal chart. So you'll need your birth date, the time, and location. Now with human design, the time does need to be as accurate as you can get it, because there are certain things that can change based on the time. So again, you would want to try to get that as accurate as you can. If you don't know the exact time, maybe you know that you were born sometime in the morning, maybe you know that you were born sometime in the afternoon or evening or overnight. You know, I mean, you can kind of use a general time that correlates to the time of day. Like morning, you can use 6 or 8 o'clock, afternoon, noon or 2 o'clock, evening, 6 or 8 o'clock, overnight, you know, I don't know, 1 or 3 o'clock. And if you don't really know that, like I have a friend who has no clue, like the time isn't even on her birth certificate, but she has always had this feeling that she was born in the morning and has just kind of rolled with that. So, you know, but you'll put in your information and you'll see your body graph. This one is mine. Aw. Now, your body graph is going to be unique to you. I don't think that it's impossible, but I think it's incredibly rare for somebody else to have your same exact design. There might be similarities, but as far as it being exact, that's pretty rare. Like my cousin and I have the same centers defined, which means that those centers are colored in. And we have some of the same channels and gates, which are those red or black areas between the centers, but it's not exactly the same. But there's a lot of similarities between us, but of course there's a lot of differences. So you'll see on the right or the left side, there's those numbers in red, that's the design side. And on the left, there's the numbers in black, which is your personality. And those numbers are the correlating gates, which again are the red and black lines between the centers. And the centers are those areas that are either colored in, there's 9 of them. They're either colored in or defined, or they are white or undefined. You can have all of them colored in, you could have none of them colored in, and you can have any combination of that in between. So it depending on how your screen looks, you might have to scroll down a little bit, or it might be to the right, but you'll see that there's listed a type, which would be either a manifester, a generator, a manifesting generator, a projector, or a reflector. You'll see definition, you'll see strategy, you'll see your profile, your inner authority, your not self theme, and your incarnation cross. Now, we are focusing on your profile. Some would say, and I would of course agree with them, that one of the more important aspects of human design is understanding your type, your strategy, and authority, because that is how it is best for you to operate in the world or navigate life in the best way suited for your personal design. So, I mean, you can just Google or jump on YouTube and type in manifester type, or just manifester human design, you know, whatever your type is, manifesting generator, you know, whatever your type is, Just type that information. I mean, there's so much good information. Of course, you can buy books if that's what you're into. However, I will leave that more to you for the time being. And like I said, we are going to focus on your profile. And before we get into the readings, and actually before I even skip too far ahead, there are 12 profiles. And those are 1-3, which is the investigator martyr, 1-4, which is investigator opportunist, 2-4, the hermit opportunist, 2-5, hermit heretic, 3-5, martyr heretic, 3-6, martyr role model, 4-6, opportunist role model, 4-1, opportunist investigator, 5-1, heretic investigator, 5-2, heretic hermit, 6-2, role model hermit, and 6-3, role model martyr. So again, you'll find that there once you pull up your chart. And if you are new to human design, I just, because some people are like, what the hell? What is that? And again, I think that, I could talk for hours about what it is. And maybe someday I will. But for now, I just wanted to give this little snippet out of the definitive book of human design. It says the human design system is not a belief system. It does not require that you believe in anything. It is neither stories nor philosophy. It is a concrete map to the nature of being, a mapping of your genetic code. This ability to be able to detail the mechanics of our nature in such depth is obviously profound because it reveals our complete nature in all its subtleties. Excuse me. Human design opens a door to the potential of self-love, a love of life, and the love of others through understanding. Ra'uruhu. And that's the guy that channeled human design back in 1980 something. So that's just a little snippet about human design. And we're going to get on to the actual reading. Great. Welcome. So if you're here, obviously you are a 4-1 profile or opportunist investigator. And I am just going to read a blurb from the definitive book of human design, and then we'll get into the tarot. So clearly it's 2 pages. I'm actually just going to read this background section here. So it says the opportunist investigator represents an interesting juxtaposition of the socially open and friendly 4th line and the unconscious, introverted, and insecure 1st line. The 1st line is the foundation of the lower trigram, and the 4th line is the foundation of the upper trigram, creating a harmony of purpose. This is a unique profile that comprises only about 2% of the world's population, and with its fixed fate, serves as a bridge between the right angle personal destiny and the left angle transpersonal karma. Neither this nor that, not personal or transpersonal, there is only one juxtaposition profile for each hexagram. The 4-1 moves along its own specific line of geometry. Like a train on a track, it has a movement and direction through life that cannot be altered. That's kind of like straight into the point. So, I mean, of course, like it said there, that represents only 2% of the world's population. So if you're here, there's kind of this like unicorn type feeling to it. But it might also, kind of help you understand that, if you have a hard time being like influenced to go into a certain direction. And if that kind of causes some sort of like frustration, anger, bitterness, or whatever, like in other people, this could explain where some of that would come from. Now with the 4-1 or the juxtaposition profiles, you want to take a look at your sun, your conscious sun placement. So that would be the first number on the right-hand side. See what gate that's in. And, you know, like kind of take a deep dive into what that gate is and what information is there for you. And see if it even just kind of like, you know, either matches, you know, some things that you may be interested in, or, you know, kind of sparks an interest in you also. Because that conscious sun is kind of that is the lesson that you're here to really kind of focus on. Now, I just want to say really quick, I don't really have like a plan as far as like a spread goes. I'm just going to shuffle, we'll cut the deck, and then we'll lay out some cards. My intention, just like with the zodiac signs, you know, it's just kind of a general reading specific to those of you that have this profile. So we're not necessarily going to relate it to the profile. You know, I mean, my intention is for it, of course, to be just a message for you that doesn't follow, you know, like the typical kind of zodiac structure, I guess. So, you know, I mean, it talks about having that fixed fate, right? Which I know, like, I don't know, it's, again, you know, just kind of fixed in the sense, like, it's not like, you know, something can't be changed. Of course, we all have free will, right? But there is just kind of, you know, this central kind of focus. And of course, like having that ability to, okay, I get it. Hang on, let me, okay. There like comes a point where I feel like the cards start getting annoyed with me. But then if a card jumps out, I feel like I have to, oh boy, okay. I feel like I have to like shuffle it a few times to, let me move this. That almost fell. Anyway, let's see. I feel, okay, do you guys feel rushed? Because all of a sudden, like, I feel like, I kind of feel like this, like, need to, like, move forward or something. So we have the 8 of Cups, the Chariot, High Priestess. Yeah. Feeling rushed. The Fool. Oh, my Atlanta. 6 of Wands. Flower of Cups. And then the Seed of Stones. Let me see if this is like straight. Hold on. I know I probably say this for like almost every reading, or I mean like the majority of the readings, but this is beautiful. So cool. I mean, of course we're going to go through every card here, but I mean, there's clearly movement happening here. Like I said, like even that, you know, like my own little desire to like that feeling of like moving forward, or like even feeling rushed. That's literally like this right here. To me, like the 8 of Cups talks about literally moving forward. It's moving on from, like, you realize that you know, because the 7 of Cups talks about options, and it's a little bit daydreamy. It can be a little bit scattered, like head in the clouds, right? And the 8 of Cups is like, I'm going to choose something to move in the direction of, because right after the 8 of Cups is the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment, right? So I'm going to move towards the things that are going to make me feel fulfilled and give me purpose, and that I, like feel good about. And the Fool would say that it is something new. It's even maybe a risk that you have to take, because, the Fool, they're going to step off that cliff. Like it's, kind of making that decision to go for it. It's also, the beginning of this new journey. So, whatever this is that you are deciding, or that you want to decide to move towards, or even walk away from, it could be something that you have been, just kind of pondering for a while. It doesn't necessarily have to be like, so dramatic as like, I don't know, I might have already said it, so I apologize if I am repeating myself, but it doesn't have to be something so dramatic to where, it's like completely like a 180. It definitely can be. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's also interesting because in this card, right, like it's kind of like she's stepping over these 7 cups, and she's got, the one in her hand, not even paying attention to what's down here, right? Or like, and this would almost, this actually kind of has that fixed kind of feeling to it. Like it was saying like, you have this like movement and direction in life that can't be altered. And maybe, this is you kind of making that decision to almost like kind of commit to that. Or even like embody it, right? Like instead of like seeing it as a flaw or a defect, you're seeing it as being, like part of who you are. You can hear my dog reverse sneezing. You okay? There you go. Good boy. I don't know if you could hear that. And then we have the Chariot and the 6 of Wands. Are you kidding me? The Chariot, it literally talks about like this kind of like fast movement forward. It's almost, like that Jesus take the wheel thing. It's kind of like giving up a little bit of control and just almost kind of allowing yourself to be guided to the next thing. Like it's that, getting out of your own way type energy. Like instead of blocking things from happening, or instead of blocking or resisting forward progress, you like almost kind of like surrender to it, or, just kind of allow yourself again to be carried onto the next thing. I wonder what the, let me just see really quick what the, I like looking at the artists, like interpretation of the cards too. What is this? It says, I step into confident action with ease. Triumph is in my blood. I am confident action and ease. I don't know, that sounded kind of weird for a second there. And then for the Fool, it says, I am bound for newness. I swim past the threshold into the unknown with energy sparked by the infinite divine within and without. Very cool. Clearly there's this confidence, you know, like confidence came up twice already. And then the Six of Wands is success. It's, you know, almost kind of like being recognized for getting to where you are at. It's the you've won the battle type of thing, because it comes after the Five of Wands, right? And the Five of Wands talks about, you know, there might be some conflict or competition going on, but it's also about, you know, like I've heard it explained in a way where the five is when, you know, like you're in training. And I, you know, like I think about Mulan, right? Like when they're in the training camp and, you know, trying to get ready to go into battle. And kind of what a shit show that was for like a little while, right? And then everybody got it together. And right, so, you know, and then you kind of go into battle and you're successful. So there's like this planning and you know, like action and trying things out. And being successful at it. Like, you know, I mean, the Six of Wands, that is success. So this is, you know, almost kind of like allowing yourself to be guided to this kind of newfound level of success, because it's actually, it also comes after the Fool, right? So, you know, making this decision to step into this newness, and you will be successful at whatever it is. And then we have the High Priestess. And it says, I travel silently between the seen and unseen realms. Here I discover more of myself, which, again, is absolutely beautiful. Because, for one, I love that it's an owl. Hello. But also, like, you know, this journey that you're embarking on, that this commitment, right? Even this kind of confidence that you're gaining through it, and, you know, the success that you're going to be experiencing is going to be kind of showing you these new things about yourself. Even maybe being at this reading is kind of showing something new to yourself, or at least just validating something that you already probably knew anyway. Because really, I mean, like for human design, that's kind of what it's been for me, is this validation that, you know, these things that I thought were inherent flaws are actually blessings, or I mean, they're not flaws, you know. Like, it's just been very validating in that way. And I love how the bear is looking at the High Priestess. Like, there's kind of this energy, like everything is kind of heading towards the future. Because like the right side of the card is future, the left side of the card is past. Everything is actually future focused. There's literally nothing except for this guy that's focused on, or like heading left, or this is all future focused. Like this is all moving forward. Even the Seat of Stones here is looking to the future. The Flower of Cups is the Queen of Cups. Cups have to do with our emotions. Again, right, even starting with the Eight of Cups and ending with the Queen of Cups. Because the Queen of Cups is, you know, when we talk about queens, it's the embodiment of the energy of the suit. So it's feeling yourself, and it's feeling good about yourself, and it's recognizing your purpose and feeling fulfilled. You know, the cups also have this kind of like psychic, intuitive kind of energy to it, which, you know, the high priestess is very, like, I see the high priestess as being our star player and being in tune with our star player, like using our own guidance system, which is part of the reason why I love owls, because there's, you know, they signify knowledge and wisdom, right? But it's about, you know, using our own guidance system. And again, when we're talking about the 4-1 profile, you have this, again, like it was saying something about, you know, the movement and direction that can't be changed or altered, I think is the word it used. And then it was also talking about the harmony of purpose, right? So being able to effectively communicate with your network or your community. And, you know, because that's the 4th line. The 4th line craves stability and, you know, kind of craves that comfort of networking and being able to share the things that they discover with their community. And then that 1st line is all about, you know, like investigating things and, you know, kind of wanting to learn what's going on. And that insecurity comes from not knowing or not having a firm foundation in the things that you understand. Like, you want to be kind of an expert in stuff. So, you know, that 4-1 profile would bring that knowledge. So, you know, you kind of investigate, you learn, and then you share those things with your community, your friend group, your family. Like, you know, if you find yourself, and again, this might just be something that you already know, like, you can't really follow the status quo. Like, you're not one of those people that's just going to do what other people are doing, you know, like, and especially, again, like if it kind of goes against, like, that's why you would want to look at your conscious sun placement, that top right number in, is it, now all of a sudden I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. Yeah, it's in black. Personality, the personality sun gate. So that first number on the top right in black. Let me see what the flower. Are you in touch with the emotional climate of a situation? Have you received intuitive information? And are you listening to it? So again, like these two even maybe just confirm each other. Like, there's really no other option for you to do anything other than be yourself and fully embrace that unicorn that you are. Because again, like, this profile only makes up 2% of the population, which is real cool, honestly. So, you know, like, embrace that unicorn. And then the Seed of Stones. here is the Page of Pentacles. So this is, you know, kind of, I see the Page of Pentacles as being an apprentice. The pages are when we first step into an energy. Pentacles have to do with the way that we make our money, our careers. It can be our time, what we're spending our energy doing. I don't know if you heard that weird noise, but me and my dog were both like, huh? But this is, you know, like maybe this is kind of the energy that you just kind of maybe feel yourself in. And again, like maybe this is validating to a certain extent. And this would be you kind of embarking on whatever this journey is here for you. And again, like looking forward, what's next? What are the next steps that you want to take towards the thing? What do you want to spend your time and energy doing? Is there something that you can learn? Like, you know, is there some sort of training or class that you need to or can or want to take? Do you want to dive even a little bit further, like I said, into your personality sun gate and, you know, just kind of discover more about what information is in there? This is so cool. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you're on this journey with me. And I'm fortunate to be on the journey with you too. I'm going to leave it there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.